Hi, my name is Jay Holcomb, Professor of Floriculture at Penn State, and today I want to help you to create a lovely Thanksgiving arrangement for your table using a pumpkin. A pumpkin is a lovely orange fruit, typical of the harvest season. For the container, you're going to get a relatively small pumpkin. You'll cut the top out, you'll go ahead and scoop the insides out, get some floral foam, make sure that the floral foam is thoroughly wet. Put it in the pumpkin. If you have some waterproof tape, attach it so that the foam is held in there firmly. The next step is going to be to cover that foam with some foliage. There are a number of different foliages that you can choose. The one that I'm choosing is a fern that you get from the florist called baker fern, and you put the fern into the oasis, sticking it straight in, and the fern should be basically horizontal. Once you have one put in one side, then we'll take the fern, cut a piece that's approximately the same size as the other one, and put it exactly on the opposite side. We'll take another frond and we'll cut a piece that's about the same size again, and we'll put it in the front, and finally we'll cut a fourth one for the back. So what we have done with these 4 pieces of baker fern is we have begun to create the size of the arrangement that we're looking for. When you have put the fern on, it should be covered. The mechanics should not be particularly visible. Now there are some spots of foam that you can see, but we haven't put the flowers in yet. Okay, for a Thanksgiving arrangement, I've selected the bronze chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemums are a flower that is typically used at the fall season, which is when it flowers. The colors are a nice rust, which is very typical of the kind of color that would be appropriate for a Thanksgiving arrangement. And they last a very long time. So the first thing that you will wind up doing is selecting 4 flowers that are about the same size, and they are put in the pumpkin so that you have 4 that are the same length. And then you select 1 for the height, and those are the 5 flowers that have defined the size of your arrangement. The next thing that you do is select 4 more flowers, and it works well if you turn the arrangement when you're working on it so that you can put the flowers so that they are well spaced around the pumpkin, and that pretty well takes care of the bronze. And we're adding only a few yellow. The yellow is a very bright color. Again, it's a very typical color for autumn, but if we put in too many, we're going to be in a situation where the yellow is going to overpower the bronze, and we don't want to do that. We also don't have to select fully open flowers. We can use some flower buds. The last aspect of this arrangement is to put in an ornamental grass. These are the kinds of things that you perhaps have growing in your yard, and you just simply take a few. You don't have to take a lot. We're not putting a lot in, we're just putting a little bit in to provide some interest. So we'll put half a dozen or so in. Again, we'll space them around throughout the arrangement. But these dried grasses, again, give you a nice fall harvest kind of feeling, and provide a nice change in texture for the arrangement. So it gives you a little bit different texture. And at that point, I think what we have done is we have created an arrangement that most people would be very happy to have on their Thanksgiving table.
A copy of the program you've just seen can be purchased through Penn State Media Sales at mediasales.psu.edu or by calling 800-770-2111.